Can you ride all the rides at Epcot in one day?
We're gonna find out.
Golf balls.
Space.
Oh, it's so early.
All right, so this morning we are going to try to ride every single ride in Epcot, and that's anything that Disney qualifies as an attraction. So that could be a few shows, a few rides. It's gonna be a fun day. Part of what we're doing this for is because when you're in Disney World, you have a big list of things, lots of the things.
So many things.
So many things to do in Disney World, and sometimes it can feel really overwhelming, especially when you are somebody who loves rides and loves big attractions. So we are going to see what it takes to get through all of the rides and maybe even give you some tips and tricks along the way.
Tips and tricks are my favorite. So this morning,
He did it.
me, myself, and I.
You only have to have one person in your party, so this isn't a,
That's true.
We couldn't both do.
I would just say that it was me.
It was Sage.
This morning at 6:55, I purchased Genie Plus, approximately $15 with tax. We'll talk about Genie Plus in a second. But right away, right at 7 o'clock, I recommend, especially here at Epcot, for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, we booked right away at 7 o'clock, got in the virtual queue. And
7 a.m.
7 a.m. I'll tell you what boarding group we were in a second. And then immediately following that, we got our first lightning lane selection, which was Test Track. Woo. Now, Test Track we have at 9:30, which is not bad, but
pretty good actually.
Our boarding group for Guardians was 88.
Okay.
Which it's fine. Had us getting into Guardians at 4 o'clock.
Ooh.
But I recommend if you see that the park is not really like full and not a lot of people, look at your virtual queue times, because it was at 4 o'clock and now it's around 2 o'clock, which means which the park isn't that empty. So if the park is pretty empty, check back, because they might call your boarding time a lot sooner.
Yep.
Because our first reservation is Test Track, is our first Genie Plus reservation at 9:30. We looked at all the times. We're trying to figure out what would be the smartest way to start our day, especially because parks tend to be a little smaller in the mornings during rope drop. Looks like Frozen has more Genie Plus selections earlier on in the day. So we're actually gonna see if we can brave Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. It says 40 minutes. Usually in the morning, cast members have to throw up a time to like guesstimate. So we're hoping it's gonna be a lot shorter. So we'll
Even
see.
a little shorter.
Even a little shorter.
Yeah.
I'll take 30.
Yeah.
Going uphill. It's too early for hills.
They make you earn your Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Earn your ratatouille, your vegetable French dish.
Yeah.
Also, pro tip: typically people don't go towards the back of the park first thing in the morning, so that is definitely a great way to beat some of these lines, because people are still probably like first thing they see, they're like, oh, Spaceship Earth, let's hop on in.
Yep.
Now, head to the back, try Frozen, head to Remy's. Oh my God, I'm out of breath.
We're gonna see if it's worth it.
Oh, it's better be worth it.
So today we will be utilizing Genie Plus, which we're actually very excited about. But Genie Plus and Genie is a relatively new service here in Disney World. It's been around since roughly October 21. There are 3 different levels, I guess you could say, of Genie. So there is the Disney Genie, which is the free part of the service. You can customize what you're interested in. There's a tip board, and you can kind of see wait times and what they recommend for you doing at that point in the day. After the free Genie service, there's Genie Plus. So that's basically just paid Fast Pass Plus, like there used to be in the parks. It is $15, and it gets you access to most of the lightning lanes in each park. Then after your Genie Plus, there is the individual lightning lane attraction. That is where you can buy one additional lightning lane in each park for an additional fee, which can vary depending on how busy each day is. Here at Epcot, the individual attraction selection is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It normally ranges anywhere from $10 to $15 depending on the day. We did not pay for it today because we did virtual queue, but if you do virtual queue and you pay for that, you can actually ride Guardians twice, which I think is a fun little tip. So first, for your Genie Plus, you can book your first lightning lane at 7 a.m. Resort guests can actually get their individual lightning lanes starting at 7 a.m., but non-resort guests have to wait for that individual until 8:30.
If you want to know if Genie Plus is worth it here at Epcot, check out our Genie Plus challenge, where myself, Emma, and Quincy figure out if Genie Plus at Epcot is really even worth it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but you can find that out. Go check out that video.
Find out for yourself. Okay, so that is the risk we take sometimes. The app said 40 minutes. Unfortunately, definitely not 40 minutes.
Still, the line still showed pretty low, and we got there, and it simply was not.
It was not. Last time when we had 40 minutes, we're usually at least almost inside. We were so far away from even the start of the queue. There was a person that says line starts here. When you see the sign that says line starts here, you know it's definitely going to be a lot longer.
We were almost closer to the entrance to that
to France in general.
Yeah, that will probably be the next lightning lane that we go for because it was later in the day.
Yes.
So we'll have to wait for that 2-hour cooldown after that, but that's going to be our best option as far as hoping to get on Remy in a significantly fast time.
That's right. We should talk about the 2-hour cooldown. So whenever you book a Genie Plus selection, let's say in our case a test track, let's say you book it at 9 o'clock, you have a 2-hour cooldown window before you can book your next Genie Plus selection. Now, if you book it at 9 o'clock and your actual return time is at 9:30, then once you go through the entire attraction, once you scan in twice or once you get on the ride, then you'll be able to book your next Genie Plus selection. But in my case, I booked Test Track right at 7 a.m. But unfortunately, it doesn't start counting the time until park opens. So park opened at 8:30, which means I can book my next Genie Plus selection at 10:30.
I always go back and check the My Disney Experience app because on your Genie tip board, it will tell you at the top the next time that you can book your lightning lane. It'll say 10:30, whatever your time is, or it'll say now, so you know that you can go ahead and do it.
First Genie Plus selection is Test Track, which is at 9:30. It's currently 9:06. Wanted to do something short. Mission Space is right next to Test Track.
Yep.
And I guess we're gonna start our morning off with some G-forces.
Doesn't everyone want to just spin at 9 a.m.?
Just rocket to space. Here we go. All right.
All right, so we did finally make it back towards the front of the park because we made choices this morning and we did come into Mission Space. So Mission Space actually has 2 different sides where you can go on 2 different adventures. One is green and one is orange. The green one is for maybe smaller kids, people who tend to get more motion sick. Orange, you're going on your testing mission to Mars. That one, in my opinion, you definitely can feel the G-force. I am not somebody who normally gets sick. I don't think I'm sensitive, but if you catch me at the wrong time of day, this one will get me.
Hold on, are you team orange or team green?
I'm team orange.
Okay. When I asked you about team orange earlier, there was a hesitation and a concerned tinge in your voice.
Yeah, it's because it's 9 a.m.
Okay,
but
fair.
I'm always team orange, so.
Okay, fair.
And both are very low wait times, which is good for us. So let's head in.
Let's do it. It's slightly interactive. You're basically being recruited to do a training simulation. So that way you are each assigned a different role. And your role will require you to do different things while training on the ride. Emma, would you like to switch places with me? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the pilot. And you're the engineer.
Just a little?
Okay, let's do the switch.
It's the best day of my life.
It makes sense that I'm the engineer, though. You love to be what?
Pilot.
Why?
I like being in control.
Something about that doesn't shock me.
Attention astronaut candidates.
Store personal items in the compartment. Reach and pull down on the restraint.
Surgeon, how are we doing?
All good for launch.
Commander, just remember your assignments.
You pressing your button?
You just pushing buttons there?
The commander, of course.
So dumb.
You are go for launch. We have main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Mission control, the tower is clear. Now all go.
Oh no.
I feel like something so much.
Oh no.
Commander, initiate first stage separation. Now.
Commander!
Oh, that's me! I'm the commander!
Computer override initiated. site. Welcome to Mars. And welcome to the astronaut corps.
Did the ride still hold up for you, Emma?
Not necessarily. It's one that I like, but I think after you go on Smuggler's Run in Hollywood Studios, this one's kind of a little bit disappointing now because they are similar, but Smuggler's Run is like a little bit up here to me.
Yeah.
So.
And Smuggler's Run is definitely actually more of a video game interactive. This, when you press the buttons, it's gonna happen no matter what. But again, a huge reminder, if you don't like enclosed dark spaces, this is not for you. If you have trouble with G-forces, not for you. I mean, this is the only ride on Disney World property that they actually have doggy bags in the ride vehicle.
Which I understand.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of G-forces. So, but again, if you still want to experience it, you always have your green mission, so green side. But it is 9:35, which means we are 5 minutes late for our test track. But look, it's right next door. Let's go. I'm better now. I'm in a better mood. It's fine. Welcome to Test Track, presented by Chevrolet. Have you ever wanted to design your own car and then test it out? Well, this is literally what this attraction was made for. You basically design your own car and then you test out the track. You get actually in the car, then you test out your traction, the power, how fast it goes, all of it. It's very, very cool. Definitely a thrill ride. Definitely recommend. Currently, right now, it's a standby wait time of 65 minutes, but we have lightning lane. So, are you ready?
We're gonna lightning and lane it.
Yep. Just a fun thing to remember, if you don't have Genie Plus or you don't want to stand, you don't want to get in a standby line, they do have a single rider line. There aren't many of those left here on property, but they do have a single rider line. Now, once we've already scanned it once, but once we scan in up here as well, we'll immediately be able to book our next Genie Plus selection, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Ratatouille.
Hopefully Ratatouille.
Hopefully Ratatouille. We'll check it out. No, we're not doing French.
One day. I love this little guy.
Little guy. I always think it's important that a car says something.
And this one says, I'm illiterate. Yeah.
Optimize. All right, it's like a dome.
Okay, I love him.
Oh yeah, solid. Oh, that try to the side if you want.
I like it.
You want long or short?
I think it's hilarious short. But I'm gonna make it really
Wide.
Yeah.
Should we go plasma burner again or solar drive?
Let's go solar drive. Let's mix it up. Oh, I hate it. Let's keep going.
Oh my god, wait, what's on the top of our car?
That's our engine.
That's our engine?
I swear that. See?
Oh my gosh, that is our engine.
I'm so excited. Oh, it's.
Oh.
It's because they're solar.
There's solar panels. Okay. It's looking nice. Does it look a nice teal, maybe?
That's nice. Makes me think of Sully.
Ah, that's fun. I'm partial to those.
I love those actually. Pretty much like that.
Oh no. Tail. Come on, let me see you shake your tail. Oh, why?
I love it.
Do you love it?
Sure.
I've never gone through all. Yeah.
Sick. Absolutely sick.
Oh, that's nice. And awful.
Isn't he?
It's a boy?
Sure.
Putris.
Oh, I was gonna say Gregory, so a little too different.
Putris was the middle name. Gregory Putris.
That's beautiful.
The front row.
I love front row.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our boy, our beautiful boy.
SIMCAR performance data acquired. Complete and verified.
Now let's see how your vehicles compare when it comes to their efficiency.
responsiveness data.
Here comes the final test.
Energizing for power test.
About the same as mine.
We look good.
Yeah.
Car did the worst it's ever done. The worst it's ever done.
You are not in last, and I think he did his best.
There are no participation. Wait, there are no participation trophies on Test Track. No, there are not.
For me.
Couple things. While we were in line and we tapped twice, we were able to book our
Remy.
car. We were able to.
Remy's driving the car?
No, I would just, it was loud, so I was like, it's fine. And so now we have Remy's Ratatouille adventure for 3:15, which is great, which means we can do Cosmic Rewind and then immediately head over to Remy's Ratatouille adventure. But okay, so thoughts about Test Track?
Test Track's a good one. It's, I think, an EPCOT staple. I
Oh, yeah.
really like it. I have a lot of fun. That's how I feel.
I'm like a dog, squirrel.
Maybe we move.
We design weird cars all the time. That was the worst our car has done thus far. I said it on the ride and I'll say it again. Don't be angry at me.
And I'm angry. I just can't
You're just
breathe.
disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed is the perfect word.
But don't forget, squirrel, car. Our 2-hour cooldown has begun because we booked our next Genie Plus selection for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure at 9:44. We have our car. The next time we can book a Genie Plus selection is 11:44. And it's a fun tip. Try and set an alarm.
Or it'll tell you on the app, so just don't lose your time.
Yeah. Or set an alarm. Or try it on the app. Or set an alarm.
Actually do both at the same time. Sorry about the car.
Now, this isn't technically a time challenge. We're not trying to do all of the rides as quickly as possible, but we are trying to make the most out of our day and honestly just not waste any time. So Soaring happens to be a 20-minute wait. Everything else seems to be funny enough, a little bit more. Even Spaceship Earth is 25 minutes, and we definitely think that's going to go down. Our Genie Plus selections haven't started yet, so Soaring was only 20 minutes. So I figured let's go hang glide.
I love to hang glide. I like to soar, I like to hang glide, I like to fly. What do you like to do?
All of the above.
All right, so we did just head inside the land, and in the land there are actually a few different options. So you, of course, across from us have Sunshine Seasons. That's a tongue twister. You have this, it's a quick service. You can get a lot of options here. They do have breakfast and lunch if you're interested in that. Over to the left, we also have Living with the Land, which is an educational boat ride all about agriculture, plant life, and what they do here in Disney World. And then to our right, we have Soaring Around the World, which of course we are going to hop on next, where you get to soar around the world, hang gliding, full trips. And then finally, Garden Grill Restaurant.
I do want to mention we are riding, when we say riding every ride at EPCOT, that counts anything that is considered an attraction, which means all of the films, which means the thing that you have not mentioned here in the land is a film called Awesome Planet, which we could probably get a lot of things done here at the land. We could probably get Soaring, Living with the Land, and Awesome Planet.
Yeah.
All before
noon.
What? No.
I like to cushion.
Okay.
It's 10:30.
I like a cushion. Time to sleep. We're here at Soaring Around the World, which is a hang gliding simulation attraction where you fly over all different parts of the world: Tahiti, Africa, Paris, France. So many different locations to travel across. And you can see the sights and you can even smell the smells, which is my personal favorite. 4D, baby. We do not have Lightning Lane for this attraction because we obviously we have not finished our 2-hour cooldown period yet. But the standby entrance is only 20 minutes, so definitely worth it to wait here. Flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can reach. If we're trying, so we're breaking free. Gabriella?
Troy.
What's the line? I've never done this before. Great. Okay, so the line said, there was a standby wait of 20 minutes. Where do we end off at?
14.
14, all right.
Pretty good.
Save 6 minutes. Good to go. A lot of the e-ticket attractions pretty early on, but we've got some time before I think we can hit our next e-ticket attraction. So we're gonna do filler attractions. Filler does not mean they are any, like the quality is any less than. It just means that they usually don't have as much of a wait time.
There's not a wait time, but still some of my favorites are considered fillers. So
I mean, while we're here, we might as well hit up Living with the Land boat ride. Currently, it's a 20-minute wait, and that is actually surprisingly high for Living with the Land, which means the park might not be as easygoing as I thought it was originally. But Living with the Land is an awesome boat ride. It basically takes you through a bunch of greenhouses that EPCOT uses some of their produce to basically they actually send it to different restaurants around EPCOT, around the property. As if you couldn't tell by the name of the pavilion we're in, the Land, it's all about conservation. It's all about different places. It's all about how we can save and rebuild with living with the land, living with this awesome planet, and of course, soaring around the world. Garden rest. It's all land themed. This is. I get it now. Oh my God, the light on you. It's just like one singular light on you. It feels like you've just. You've just come. You've had an epiphany. That's how it looks right now.
yeah, it feels that way.
All right, we're in row number 1. How many minutes did we wait?
14 and a half.
That keeps happening. Keep saying 20. Now we keep going to 14. We're still saving 6 minutes. Let's go check out the future of farmland. The future.
I thought Disney was innovating now.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to tell you something personal about myself.
Okay.
Quincy said we should be more personal on here, so I'm going to. Okay. If I'm ever having a bad night and I cannot sleep, I will put on one of 2 soundtracks.
I'm assuming Living with the Land.
Living with the Land is one of them. Listen to it with the rain and the sound is beautiful. The other one is Spaceship Earth. It's so good.
Judy, you know how she is.
That's right. All right, here we go. All right, time. I just figured we'd do this here because you really want to do the tour.
I do really want to do this tour.
Yeah. There's a really cool behind the scenes greenhouse tour that you can actually kind of walk through it, which is really, really cool. Also, we only waited 14 minutes instead of 20 minutes, so we saved 6 minutes, which means we have 6 minutes.
An additional 12 minutes total.
There we go.
There we go.
Look at that. We're making moves, making changes.
All right, so next on our list, of course, is Austin Planet, which is a 10-minute show here in the Land Pavilion. It's a short little movie that's focused on Earth's ecosystems, wildlife, climate change, and it has sounds and light effects. Plus, Ty Burrell narrates.
So this is actually a first time for both of us.
Yeah, I've not seen Austin Planet. I didn't even know this theater. I mean, I knew Austin Planet was here, but I didn't know this massive theater was just hanging out in the back of the land.
Well, and I'm just bitter because I loved the Timon and Pumbaa movie they did in here before. But it's okay. But we're gonna give Awesome Planet a chance.
I mean, Ty Burrell is the narrator.
Ty Burrell is the narrator.
And I love him.
Yeah, and it should still be about conservation. There should still be some, some 4D effects happening. And there's not 3D, but there should be like some smoke, maybe some, lighting effects in the theater. So we'll see what happens. We've never seen Awesome Planet before, and that was our first time seeing it. And the general idea was Ty Burrell was like a real estate agent,
selling
you planet Earth, which I honestly liked a lot of the jokes there. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if I would consider it all the 4D, like it said there was lighting effects. There was a couple lighting effects, and at one point you could see, like, you heard like as if something like water or something was supposed to happen, but we never smelt or felt anything.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was strange.
It was missing some elements.
Yeah.
But I will say, they chose the perfect narrator to sell that story. Anyone else, I wouldn't have enjoyed it.
You just like Ty Burrell.
I do, but he sold that to me.
Okay.
I would have bought Earth from him.
For me, if you're going, this is definitely probably something I would.
I wouldn't call it a must-do.
Yeah, I would pass on by, but still a cute little video.
Cute show.
Yeah.
While we were eating lunch today, we did end up pulling a Frozen Ever After lightning lane, but because it feels a little bit busier today.
It is.
This was around noon by the time we pulled it. Our official time was like 11:45, and our earliest time for Frozen at this point was 6:50.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of filler rides though. We
Yeah.
have a lot of shows that we still need to see that do count as attractions, lots of things to do until that time.
We could have booked another Genie Plus selection that was earlier, but all of the other attractions happening are pretty shorter wait times, and we wanted to make sure we grabbed Frozen as quickly as possible because that is still consistently the longest line here. So we are rocking and rolling, and we will, next up is, you wanna go see Nemo with me?
The seas?
With Nemo and friends.
Let's get going.
Now our next actual reservation is our virtual queue for Cosmic Rewind, which is at 2:30. So while we're here, while we're near the land, its next door neighbor is the seas with Nemo and friends. So it's only a 10-minute wait. We figured we can knock this out right out of the way, and then probably stay in the general area. Maybe do
Maybe a little Spaceship Earth.
Little Spaceship Earth.
Maybe some Figment.
Yes, Journey into Imagination, absolutely. But for right now, let's go get in the clamshell. The Seas with Nemo and Friend is an Omni-Mover dark ride. Basically a ride system where you get on and it continuously moves through. The ride vehicles never stop. The Seas with Nemo and Friends basically is a retelling of Finding Nemo, the movie where Nemo once again is lost, and Marlin and Dory are off, and us are off to look for Nemo. We gotta find him. Now, Emma.
Yes.
rumor has it that Breedlove is terrified of this queue. There is a weird ominous element to it because it's dark and then we go underwater. But I'm really curious, Breedlove, what is it about this queue that makes you so terrified?
Everybody knows that the Seas with Nemo and Friends queue is the scariest part of Walt Disney World because it's like a haunted house in there. It's so dark. It's like a beachfront themed haunted house. And the lifeguard booth is just there for somebody to jump out at you with a giant hook and stick it in you like a fish. So, no. The queue for the Seas with Nemo and Friends is not for me.
I'm Jack from Titanic.
No! Cut the cameras.
Alright, we're in a giant clam right now. 99 clams walk into a bar. The bartender says, hey, you clams can't be in here. Clams say, why not? Bartender says, last time you were here, shelling. Oh, I forgot the joke. That was bad. In the big blue world, we're gonna go explore. In the big blue world, I never seen before. So I urge everybody, if you're going on the Seas with Nemo and Friends, don't skip out on this. This is, I don't know if you knew this, this is the second largest aquarium in the country. Like,
I love this place. This is genuinely one of the most relaxing places in all of Disney World, and maybe just the world for me.
just the world.
I love it here.
Yeah, there's plenty, they've got a bunch here. Let's take you around real quick. Not only do we have the second largest aquarium in the country here, but we also get to talk to one of, I think, my favorite characters. You want to tell them what it is?
Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah.
So another one on our list, of course, is Turtle Talk with Crush. This is a fun little show where mainly families can come hang out with Crush. You can ask him questions, you can talk, you can learn a lot. It's very interactive. And again, it's for anyone. If you want to come talk with Crush, come talk with him. But it's definitely a family favorite attraction, especially for the younger kids. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I've got questions. I hope they get answered.
Ooh, okay. We better write them down.
Emma, I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay.
If you could ask Crush anything, like you had a one-on-one meeting with Crush,
Okay.
what would you ask him?
Did you actually like Marlin from Finding Nemo, or are we just being nice?
Okay, you got personal.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Now, typically shows are about 15 minutes long, but they have a really cute little waiting area out here while you wait. We literally, they just walked in, so we have about 14 minutes left before they'll let us back in for the next show. But they've got a really great waiting room out here where you can take an interactive pop quiz, you can see some fish, and or just lounge about.
Righteous, dude. Well, awesome, man. Check it out, dude. Double barrel, man. 360. Totally tubular. Hey, bud, what's your name over here?
Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly, what's up, my pal? Are you having a good day, bud?
Yes.
Me too, man. Kimberly, can you talk turtle?
No.
I got your back. It's easy. Just say totally.
Totally.
And then say awesome. Now put them together and say totally awesome.
Totally awesome.
Give it up for Kimberly. Awesome. Hey, Remy, what's up, man? How many offspring you got, bud?
4.
Beautiful, dude. You're just getting started. I have 65. Remy, do they ask you questions all the time? Yes. That's good, man. It means they love knowledge. Isn't it cool teaching them the ways of the world, buddy?
No.
Are you serious? Just hands up. Eyes closed. Go. Woo! How many fins am I holding up? Good. Gotta go.
You're so cool and relatable. You so totally rock.
Dude.
Nice.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was your first time. What did you think about
Yeah,
it?
that was actually a lot of fun. I kind of thought as an adult I would not enjoy it that much, but it was actually really funny and informative.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
A nice mix of education and comedy.
Yeah.
But again, definitely for the young ones, I feel like they definitely cater to the younger ones because obviously the younger ones were they asked most of the questions. So definitely family friendly. Again, it was only maybe about a 10-15 minute show. All right, so our last Genie Plus selection was booked at 11:45-ish. And so we had approximately 2 hours. It is now 2:17. We were in the middle of Turtle Talk with Crush, so we didn't book it exactly 2 hours afterwards, which would have been around 1:44, 1:45. Most of our Genie Plus selections we've already acquired for the bigger things, but we still had, we could still book another one. So we've stacked as many Genie Plus selections as we could. But it looks like Figment is actually a 25-minute wait. And as for the rest of the rides, they're all, the rest of the attractions here at EPCOT, they're around 5 to 10 minutes. So for some reason, Figment is the longest wait. So we actually grabbed a Genie Plus selection for Journey into Your Imagination, which is an unpopular opinion. I believe, I don't know, I'd be shocked to see how many people actually grab Genie Plus selections for Journey into Imagination with Figment. Our Genie Plus selection is actually right now. What time?
It literally is 2:18 and it was ready at 2:15 when I pulled it.
There it is. So we're gonna hit this real quick, and then I think by the time we get out of here,
Guardians! We actually were just called while you were talking, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
wait, they just called us?
Yeah, so...
Wait, they called us early because it said it used to be 2:37.
Yep. They just called us.
They just called it. All right, well, here we go. It was a walk-on, literally just walked right on.
I'm personally glad we pulled one for it.
I agree, but we did tap twice, so we could technically do another.
What am I doing right now?
I know, so what do you want to grab?
I don't know, that's what I'm going to see.
Let's check it out. At this point, we have stacked so many Genie Plus selections, we actually don't have anything to Genie Plus back. I mean, we could Genie Plus.
We could do Soaring, and that would be the second time we rode it because we technically did wait in the standby.
Sure.
But we've already done it today.
We've already done it. We could do Spaceship Earth, but it's a 5-minute wait, and I feel like it's a walk-on no matter what. So I think we did a pretty good job.
I feel good about our Genie use, but I think that's a great example of why it's not the best in this park.
Yes. Go watch our Genie Plus challenge.
Sensory Lounge. Please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside.
I love Monty Python.
This is not the Monty Python ride.
To ensure you're safe.
If you had to lose 1 sense forever, what would it be? Taste, touch, smell, sound, sight, smell.
I love smell, but I would be so sad not to taste, and I'd be so sad not to hear music. And I like to touch.
Like to touch. Period. Journey into Imagination with Figment is always, it's interesting. It gets a lot of hate because of its previous versions, that people really love the previous versions. Sure, this one is definitely a little dated and definitely doesn't have, I think, the same excitement the old one did with Dreamfinder and that kind of nostalgia. But I still think it's a cute dark ride. Has some fun elements. My favorite, I love the upside down house and the butterfly effect. Super cool.
It is dark in a few spots, and sometimes they shoot air down on you. So if your kids don't like things like that, keep that in mind.
That part still kind of freaks me out.
It got me the first time I ever was on. I mean, I lost my ears at one point, so something to keep in mind, but still fun and a great place to cool down, especially if there's a low wait.
I would say definitely family friendly with some quick special effects that might scare some younger ones, but still family friendly.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next.
Okay, so we just hopped off of Figment, and while we were walking into Figment, our boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind was called. So of course we have an hour to get there, but we are gonna head straight there.
Best part about this is that we kind of leaned more towards the back of the park for our most of the day, honestly. But we're about to get into some of the country rides, which means I might grab a snack and a drink, honestly.
The snack sounds amazing.
Yes, right. I think I can see that in my future.
Okay, so our boarding group was called, so it's time for us to hop on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Guardians is a Omni coaster, like the first of its kind here at Disney World, and you get to help the Guardians of the Galaxy go back and save the world from being basically erased. And also, if you're prone to motion sickness, this is something definitely to be wary of. Read reviews, see how it might affect you, because I know that I'm not somebody who is prone to motion sickness, and this one has gotten me a time or two.
A great comparison for this attraction is if you were to mash up Rock and Roller Coaster, Space Mountain, and Escape from Gringotts, the ride vehicle. That's how I would frame this. In case you have anything to do with motion sickness, or if you get motion sickness on any of those three rides, this is a mashup of those three rides, really, is what it is.
Made it to the pre-show.
Oh, mess.
But we've made it, and that's what's important, because it only took us 11 minutes.
11 minutes, not bad for the virtual queue.
I'll take it, I'm pleased.
Welcome, people of Epcot, Epcoters, Epcotians, citizens of Epcot. Does anyone know what they call themselves?
We're gonna be in the front row. This is our first time ever in the front row. Okay, what song are you hoping for?
September, always.
September?
I've not had it.
Okay, September was pretty good. I still like Conga. Conga's my jam.
I love Conga. I got it for the first time this weekend. I'd be very pleased with Conga.
But also, I'm gonna hope for September since you've never had it before. You're welcome. The curse of Quincy Disco Inferno lives on.
We miss you, Quincy. We hope you're having a great day.
Yes, but
we are.
We are having a great day. But for anybody that doesn't know, Quincy always gets Disco Inferno.
It has to be the Disco Red Inferno hymn.
It must be. But we got Disco Inferno that time. Not a bad choice. But this is the first time we were seated in the front row. We're usually closer to the back. I don't know how that happens. But it hits different.
It was amazing. Like, I had my phone up and I was like, oh, this will be, what is happening?
Yeah.
I had to throw my phone down because I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, so the back is a little more like, whips you around a little bit more. The front is just fast and smooth, and you see all the effects. Like, I definitely recommend if you can. I think usually like for Big Thunder Mountain, I'm back row over front row. For this, I think I'm front row.
I'm fully front row after this. I was best time I've had on the ride so far.
Now just imagine if we did virtual queue, but if we also had the individual lightning lane. Today it's $14. If we paid $14, we would have gotten to do that again. I know, but hey, just that's a pro tip. But we're pretty successful. I think it's time to head to the World Showcase.
Remy, yeah.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I should note this is right on schedule for Florida. It's 3:22 and it is starting to rain. Also, I should mention I don't like umbrellas because I love the rain.
I love umbrellas. This one isn't very effective right now. I love a good umbrella.
All right, we are on our way to Remy's Ratatouille adventure to make finally our 3:15 Genie Plus reservation. Now, of course, you know, Em and I did the thing we don't love doing, making a right. I want to be very clear. It has nothing to do with Canada. I love Canada. Did you hear? Everyone listen to that. You know what? Listen to me loud and clear. I love Canada. Canadians are great. What I said in an earlier video was a joke that I heard someone say once. It was a joke. I'm sorry, it was a joke.
I'm sorry I listened to it.
So are they. I will say one of the top things about going right on our way to Remy's Ratatouille adventure is, in case you want to stop at the pub in the UK pavilion, I mean, you can totally do that. In fact, I might.
Is that your favorite place?
Yeah, this and La Cava del Tequila. You know what? I'll be right back. We have officially made it to France after a quick stop at the pub because sometimes you gotta hydrate or dehydrate. Thanks, Quincy, for that reference. I mean, I don't think you came up with that, but...
No, give her the credit.
Yeah, I'll shout you out. Now here in France, there's a bunch of great things you can do, and we're gonna do 2 of those things actually. But usually over here you can meet Princess Aurora as well. Maybe grab some pasta. For now, we're gonna go all the way in the back to Remy's Ratatouille adventure. Oh, look, there he is.
Remy!
Currently, right now, the wait time is 60 minutes. So we will see what our Genie Plus selection gets us. Welcome to Remy's Ratatouille adventure, where you are shrunk down to the size of, well, a rat. You are in the kitchen in France and you are cooking with linguine until all of a sudden, havoc, chaos ensues. Definitely family friendly, not a bunch of thrills, but definitely great for the smaller ones. If you were to shrink down to any kind of animal, what would it be?
Dog or duck?
That was such a quick answer.
I had a feeling what you were gonna ask, and I've always known dog or duck.
Dog or duck?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. What about you?
Probably a monkey.
Ooh, interesting.
Or a dolphin.
Dolphin's a good one too.
Yeah. They're
Nice.
not tiny.
No.
Oui, oui, mon ami.
Très bien.
Fromage.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui. That's it.
That's all I know.
That's all I got. Remy's Ratatouille adventure, again, a great one for families. Very similar to Spider-Man or Transformers at Universal Orlando. Lots of screens with some live set pieces. What do you think?
I really enjoy Remy. I think it is one of the newer rides here in Epcot, so the wait times are going to be a little bit higher. I think that it's a good ride. I really enjoy it. I wouldn't necessarily want to spend my whole day waiting on Remy though, so maybe take that into account if you are going to use Genie Plus and get your lightning lane for this.
Okay, our next stop while we're here in France is going to be Beauty and the Beast sing-along. This is a very cute short show here in France, and it's all about LeFou from Beauty and the Beast telling his side of the story and his point of view. This theater rotates between Beauty and the Beast sing-along and Impressions de France. Impressions de France normally starts later in the day, so make sure to check My Disney Experience for that information and what times those begin.
One of my favorite things about coming to see Beauty and the Beast sing-along or Impressions de France are these little exhibits, little, I guess, what do you call them? Tales as told as time, French storytelling on stage and screen, as you know, because live entertainment is very important to me. Collect this right. Over here is actually a local Orlando theater, the Garden Theater, when they did The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is the actual costume piece, and this is a puppet that they use as one of the gargoyles.
Who's your favorite, or what's your favorite live action movie they've done?
Oh, that's tough.
Because I know mine.
What is yours?
Cinderella.
Really?
Yes. It was a pivotal moment in my life. I love Richard Madden. I love Lily James. So Cinderella.
Honestly, I just watched Pinocchio,
I've not seen it yet.
and it kind of broke me.
Like in a positive way or in a
Just Tom Hanks made me cry a lot.
Now I've been there.
One of the greatest couple musicals of all time, Les Mis and The Phantom of the Opera. All of a sudden, you're a star, Emma, and you're gonna star in a musical.
Oh my goodness.
What would you star in?
Mamma Mia. I know that's an easy, quick answer, but that is like the epitome of my life. I saw it for the first time when I was 6, and it changed my whole world forever.
You've got some Amanda Seyfried vibes.
Thank you. I've been told that before.
All right, there we go. I know we're friends, but like you've never told me what makes you a true Disney expert.
Well, to be honest, I'm a nerd, and I just have a genuine curiosity about things that I want to know about. And I was also a cast member, so I've been here a lot. I know a lot of things, and it's one of my favorite vacation spots too. So I moved here for it. What's going on?
Don't you want to know why I'm a Disney expert?
I do want to know why you're a Disney
You're too late. You've already missed your
sorry,
chance.
I didn't ask. I was overwhelmed by the culture in here.
It's fine. My parents were performers at Disney World in the 90s, and when your mother is a single mother, I got to be backstage as a kid in the 90s here at Disney World, which is crazy.
Wow.
So I grew up backstage at Disney World. So I know everything there is to know about Disney World backstage, especially live entertainment. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I grew up here. I know everything there is to know. So Disney expert here.
Look at you. I actually knew you were an expert. I just didn't know why.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Beauty and the Beast sing-along.
All right, so we walked a little bit. We've thought about it. Just left Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Oh, I'm good. I felt so good that I got a baguette.
And so did I.
Bonjour.
Oui.
Mon ami. No, yeah, it was really cool. If you know the movie Lion King 1.5, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's very similar to that, where LeFou basically is telling this new story. I love that everyone actually in the theater actually sang along. I didn't know if they were actually going to sing along, but the entire theater sang along. It was super cute.
It was very good. And honestly, if you love Beauty and the Beast songs, nothing more to ask.
Yeah, and so we invite you to come to the Beauty and the Beast sing along and be our guest.
Oh, can I go?
Nope.
You and Sage have fun.
All right, we have made our way to China in Circle Vision 360, where we're gonna see the culture and ageless beauty and the modern wonders of China in Circle Vision. All the way in the back, if you go through these doors, this beautiful little, I call this like a temple almost. Also, right before you enter the theater, you can actually take a left here inside Shanghai Disney Resort and look at some of the, there's a couple display cases about Disney Shanghai. Oh, wow.
What?
All right, 360 degrees all the way around you. We are here in China. It's about a 12-minute show. We only had to wait about 3 minutes. We got here about 5:07, started at 5:10. But a 12-minute show, right as soon as it's done, we're gonna have to book it back to the American Adventure for the 5:30 show.
And we will.
We'll make it. Done. Just beautiful.
It was, and honestly, it made me really hungry because they portrayed the food so beautifully.
Yeah. But I forget also, it is a little dated, not as high def as the kids are used to. But again, a really cool tribute to China, and especially if you just take a look around. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous here. I definitely recommend you come further back into China and take a look around.
Yeah, I also think it's a great place to get out of the heat. You know, we love some good AC, and it's a great option for that.
Yeah, love it.
We need to be a little fast, a little quick.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts about the American Adventure. But
we can get into it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, if we make it on time. Wow!
90s, baby, all the way.
All right, so for our next stop, we are here at the American Adventure, which is the show here in the America Pavilion in EPCOT. This show is hosted by Benjamin Franklin and Mark Twain, and it takes you through the history of, what else? America. There are lots of showings throughout the day, but always check My Disney Experience to see what times are available. We are going to head into the 5:30 one, which is one of the last shows of the night, but something that we might not catch at this point because we're about to not miss it, but we're cutting it close. Is the pre-show for this is an amazing a cappella group called the Voices of Liberty. They are really amazing, and I think one of the best things about EPCOT Entertainment. Definitely check them out if you have the time.
What's a lot of fun during the 4th of July, the Voices of Liberty will do something called Echo Sets, where they'll have the Voices of Liberty right there in the center, and then they will completely surround the entire area all the way up on the 2nd level and do a huge ode to America, Voices of Liberty style. All right, but now on to the American Adventure. Again, I've got some serious thoughts about the show, but we'll get there in a moment. Oh, why did we take the stairs?
You walked this way.
There was an escalator, we took the stairs.
You walked this way.
Whose idea was this?
Yours. Her idea.
Thank you.
Yeah!
Why is this phone covered in butter? Emma, quick.
Okay.
Before we sit down, you must do at least every single pose on this side. Spirit of knowledge. Spirit of pioneering.
Yeah.
Good work. Spirit of adventure. Good work. Spirit of self-reliance. Good work. Spirit of tomorrow. Good work. Spirit of freedom. Good work. You did it.
Sweating.
Finally, the time had come to speak with one voice in a declaration of independence. Good evening, Mr. Jefferson.
As you can see, a little bit of a different location here. We came right out of American Adventure, and the skies opened up, and so that's the thing that happened. So we quickly and safely made our way to the Mexico Pavilion, the Three Caballeros. I am soaked, and I'm freezing.
Yep.
But it's definitely pouring rain outside again, which makes sense. It is 6 o'clock. It's a little, for me, I think it's a little bit late that it's still raining this much. But again, it really rains from about 3 to, I guess, now 6. So who knows? But American Adventure. Before we travel further into Mexico, American Adventure, go.
Lots of thoughts. It was very long. And it was actually, I had moments where I was very inspired. And
good.
Nobody does an inspirational show like Disney, so.
That's true.
Not half bad.
Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts on it. Thoughts that I probably shan't share on here. I just think there's a missed opportunity. Mm-hmm. Voices of Liberty. They open up the whole, they're the pre-show. I think it'd be a really cool moment at the very end when they're doing America, if the Voices of Liberty came out at the very end on that stage.
That'd be actually amazing.
Yeah, did like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Maybe tweak the show in some other places too. I think it could be good.
Yeah, tweak, a little bit tweaking.
Little tweaks,
That's all I'll say here for now. But it is a long show. It is approximately 35 minutes. And you're sitting in that theater, it's dark, lots of screens. The animatronics are very cool, it's very classic Disney, but
it's long.
It's long. That's my only that's not my only complaint, but that's the biggest complaint I think I can find. Other than that, we did it.
It's done, and it's a great place for a nap for you or your kiddos or whoever needs a nap. So.
Or if you want to salute to America. It was a glorious 3-hour finale.
You got a minute and a half.
There it is. To Three Caballeros. We are here in the Mexico Pavilion, one of my favorite pavilions of all time. Specifically because, some very specific shops in here, like the La Cava del Tequila, an incredible tequila bar. It becomes a whole marketplace. The San Angel Inn. Is that how you say it?
San Angel Inn.
Yep. See, what restaurant's here?
The San Angel Inn.
Yeah, you're better than I am. And of course, the Three Caballeros attraction. Oh no, your shoes are squishy from the rain? Oh no. Now, usually it is a pretty short wait, but because it is raining outside, that is when people tend to find shelter quickly and immediately. And that's when this can get pretty long. So I'm hoping it is stayed at a reasonable wait time because we still have a couple of the things we have left to do today.
Alrighty, so the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the three caballeros goes with Donald, Jose, and Panchito, while Panchito and Jose try to find Donald throughout Mexico because they have a performance and they're not going to make it if they don't find Donald.
We are looking out a lot today. Bye! This is the first, we're on the front row again. Oh, right here we go.
How did it make you feel?
It was a Grand Fiesta tour.
It was a good tour.
Super easy moving boat ride, nothing too crazy. Also, I think it's really cool because you don't ever see, there are not a bunch of attractions with the Fab Five in there, so to see Donald in there, that's always fun. So if you ever want to see Donald at Epcot, this is kind of the place to go.
This is the best place to go, and I also think it's one of my favorite rides here. Even though it is slower and it's not a big ticket item, it's definitely a filler ride, but I love it, and it's a great one for kiddos, especially like he said, people who love Donald. It's just a fun little attraction, a great way to get out of the heat, and normally not a line.
And it's on a boat. So take that, Quincy.
4 Quincy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You're welcome,
we're
Quincy. Sorry, we're thinking about you. Take that, Quincy. I do also want to say that I like to pair my Grand Fiesta tour with a nice margarita from La Cava del Tequila. We're not here for drinks today.
No.
We're here for rides. But normally, that's my nice ride drink pairing.
You're like a walking ad for them. It's not even on purpose.
I just love La Cava del Tequila. Interesting news, and I don't know if the rain affects this, but like as soon as it started pouring, 3 rides went down. Frozen, Test Track, that's definitely due to weather, and the third ride was Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. So I'm not quite sure why all the rides are down.
The dilemma for us is that our Frozen Lightning Lane was not until 6:50 tonight. So because Frozen is closed now, we get what is called a Lightning Lane redemption. We can use that starting at our 6:50 time at any point of the night now for any ride except for, in this park, Guardians. That's a little bit different. It doesn't count there, but that redemption now works for any of these rides. We hopefully will still get to use it for Frozen, but since Frozen is down, they are going to let us try something else. If it doesn't open back up tonight, we'll just use it again for probably Test Track or something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
So for now, I think we're going to go to Spaceship Earth because I think the last 2 things we have are Spaceship Earth and the Pixar Short Film Festival. Also, I wanted to mention that when we passed Canada, usually we would have gone to O Canada. O Canada is currently not playing right now as well. So there are a few closures, not a big deal, not going to make or break our day, but on to Spaceship Earth.
And O Canada, I will say, is closed because of Food and Wine.
Yes.
So it will not reopen until the end of November.
Yes, good call.
Yeah.
Judi Dench, here we come. It might seem like we're doing things kind of a little all over the place. We really aren't. We really stuck to the front of the park as much as we could, but based on how our Lightning Lane situation worked out, our Genie Plus situation worked out, and some of the closures that happened today, how they worked out, we really made the best of our time. But I do recommend at the beginning of the day, go all the way to the back of the park. Now, it's interesting, for Spaceship Earth, I usually like to make Spaceship Earth the very last thing that I do before I exit the park, just because it is just the classic, nostalgic Epcot Disney ride.
Mm-hmm. It takes place inside the Epcot Ball, Spaceship Earth, of course. And it's a fun ride that takes you through the history and innovation of technology, humans. It takes you all the way from inventing paper, learning letters, reading and writing, all the way up to Steve Jobs creating computers. It's really, really interesting. It's super, super classic Disney. Lots of education while making it fun with really cool animatronics. And of course, Dame Judi Dench. So let's hop in line. That.
And just like Dame Judi Dench said, after every Spaceship Earth lies a rainbow.
And at the end, a pot of gold. Thank you, Judy.
And on that pot of gold, a purple dragon.
Who will teach you how to figment your imagination.
And will teach you how to smell like skunks. And
to create a spark of inspiration.
I was gonna say taste things, but that sounds better. Okay, again, we're at a different location. Again, it just keeps happening because we're just definitely trying to make sure we do every single ride. So we got a notification, Frozen is back open, which is why we're here in Norway. Frozen Ever After is another dark ride, with a slow-moving boat dark ride, in fact, that takes place right after the Frozen 1 ends. We're going up to Elsa's castle for the Summer Snow Day celebration. Ah, Arendelle. Something to note that if you do choose Lightning Lane, you actually don't get to go through Oakens, which I know some people, that matters a lot.
About Frozen. Personally, I really love Frozen. I think it's one of the best rides in EPCOT because it has new technology, fun songs, and I also just love the movie. It's great for kiddos, it's great for families, and it's great for adults who like to sing their heart out.
Yeah, heads up, there are a couple, it goes backwards at some point. There are a couple quick drops, but nothing too intense, so definitely great, family-friendly all around. This definitely, as you can see, the Lightning Lane filled up quick. The Lightning, it's a popular one. When it first opened, it had like a wait time of like 5 hours. So I definitely, if you're a Frozen super fan, I wholeheartedly recommend that you grab your Lightning Lane, or your Genie Plus attraction for this first, because this will fill up. Or if you're okay waiting all night, because again, we booked it. What time did we book it? We booked it at.
We booked this one at 11:40.
11:40. Yeah, and it wasn't available until 6:50.
Yeah.
So again, if you're a Frozen fan, definitely book this early. Sigh. Now we do have one final attraction to do on our way out. And again, this is not something normally we would have done this way, but due to closures and rain and and Lightning Lane selections where it fell throughout the day, we have one more thing to do, and it is the Pixar Short Film Festival, right next to Journey into Imagination with Figment. And finally, we have come to our final selection here this evening at EPCOT, Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. They, throughout this performance, or this movie, they play 3 short films from Pixar, and they're usually the shorts that play right before, a popular Pixar movie. This time we have Get a Horse, Piper, and Feast. One cool thing about checking out the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival is, if you haven't seen them in a while, the jumping fountains are actually up here. You don't really see them as often anymore, but if you come up to this short film festival, you can see the classic EPCOT jumping fountains, jumping water. Whoa! Yeah, there we go.
That water just jumped.
It sure did.
Wow.
Now currently it is a 20-minute standby, which means it just started, which means we have to wait until the next go around. So here goes nothing.
Another fun thing about this building is during the day, which we didn't make it quite in time, but during the day, this is also an area where Mickey Mouse himself meet and greets. You can come get fun pictures and fun interactions. And because it is in a back section of the park, it's not normally that busy. So this is a great time to come and have maybe a more special experience with him that you wouldn't get in other busier locations.
Well, that was super cute.
It's really good.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
This is where Captain EO used to be, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience used to be, and as much as we all love Disney and Pixar shorts, I just feel like this space is a little underutilized. It feels a little bit, I do not speak for the brand of the company, it just feels a little bit like a cop-out because I think it's a full stage space in there. I really think there's something else you can do in there that really utilizes that space, the screen, put a new IP in there, either a 3D show or a live show. Would love to see something interesting go in there, especially with all the new updates happening here at EPCOT. Would love to see something else go in there.
I completely agree. It is underutilized. I think they could have a lot of really fun things in there, but I will also say these are 3 award-winning shorts.
That's
They're
true.
really well done. They're really fun ones, and I think ones that aren't necessarily appreciated in the way that other shorts have been. So I can enjoy it. It's definitely a skip for me normally when I am here, but it's one that when I need some AC and I want something that just make you feel good, this is definitely a good stop for me.
Agreed. Wait, hold on. Did we do it? Did we do every attraction here? Wait, is that the audience cheering for us? Thank you. We did it. We did it. They like us. They really like us. And look, there she is. The way home. Spaceship Earth.
Do you think Judy will drive me home?
Listen, Judy can't drive herself home.
Oh,
She's got drivers for that.
that's so true. Judy, forget I asked.
So, yeah, I apologize on behalf of Emma, Judy. I cannot believe we did it.
I can believe we did it.
You can?
No, we're good at what we do.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's why we're experts. High kick.
I can't kick my leg up that high.
Now, any takeaways from today? Any tips and tricks that you're like, definitely, I recommend this wholeheartedly?
Definitely, I don't think that Genie Plus is a necessity for this park by any means. We definitely could have gotten through these things if we had chosen to skip a few shows and prioritize rides.
Yep.
Of course, that's not what we were doing today. But if you're just here for rides and you know what you want to do and you know what you don't want to do, I wouldn't recommend Genie Plus here.
Yep.
So,
What is this lighting? Something that I definitely recommend is the first thing when you get to the park after you booked your virtual queue for Guardians of the Galaxy and booked your first Lightning Lane selection, I recommend you go all the way to the back of the park to Ratatouille first. I recommend you doing getting your Lightning Lane selection for Test Track because that fills up pretty quickly, and then safely, quick walking back to Ratatouille to get that out of the way, and then come back here to the front of the park to get some other things done. That would be my recommendation. You can't, that's a big thing, you can't overplan your Disney day because sometimes things aren't gonna go to plan. You gotta roll with the punches.
yeah. So successful day, check mark every ride.
Yes. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
Now go check out Quincy and I riding every single ride in Disney's Hollywood Studios. See you there.
To the monorail, to the Magnolia.
To the Magnolia.